Hey guys, it's Gail with popculture.com. I for sure don't even need to introduce her because we love her at Pop Culture. Carly Pearce. Thanks for talking to us again.
Of course.
Okay, we have so many things to talk about. Album coming out.
Yes.
February 14th. So I want to know all the things about the album, starting with, why did you self-title it?
I feel like I am more myself than ever. And I feel like everything that's happened to me in the last few years, professionally and personally, has just led me to this place where I really am the most confident version of myself that I've ever been. So I just really wanted to say, here I am, like it or not, here we go.
How much did you agonize over the song selection? How hard or easy was that for you?
It's hard. It's hard to start it. I feel like that's like both times I've made a record, it's a difficult thing to figure out where to begin. Once I figured out a few of the songs, it was easier. I look at it as a puzzle. So it was easier to fill in the puzzle pieces of what subjects or what sentiments I wanted to say that I didn't have yet. But it's hard. You want to you only get, for me, it was 13 songs. What are the best 13 songs to represent who I am?
And you write, but you don't need to write all your songs. You're totally okay with outside songs.
I feel like all the greats cut outside songs and they weren't afraid to say best song wins. And that's how I feel like I will always be. Sure, would I love to write my whole record? Yes, but do I think that I could do it and do it the best that it could be? No.
Okay. So life changes, you got married.
I did.
Michael Ray. How much did that influence the album, do you think?
A lot. I think it influenced it in every song in different ways. I Hope You're Happy Now, that particular relationship that I'm talking about, I hurt that person because I found the forever. And when you fall in love, you kind of get this just opening in your heart and in your mind, and he's taught me so much and bettered who I am as a person, and it just feels really good to know that you have your person, and I think with that comes individual confidence.
Finish your sentences.
Yes.
Shame you couldn't get better writers on the song.
I know, right?
Mean, Thomas Rhett, Kelsey Ballerini.
Not talented people at all.
Not talented at all. That song is such a perfect song for you guys. I think I was expecting initially like this beautiful Tim McGraw, Faith Hill ballad, and then it came out and I was like, of course.
Which I think we'll have that moment to do the It's Your Love, but I really wanted this song to be exactly what happened when we started dating. I'm so literal with my songs and with the way that I put together albums. When we were making this album, that's what was going on. It was the fun, flirtatious, dating side of falling in love. So when I heard that song, I was like, there it is.
I Hope You're Happy Now. Fastest rising song of your career. Number 16, I think, right now. Are you a chart watcher? Is it making you anxious? Does it make you excited?
Oh yeah, I could tell you where it's at in real time. Yeah, I mean, this one is fun. I haven't had a song react like this since Every Little Thing. And it's interesting because I've put 4 singles out to radio, and the 2 that are the most authentic and the ones that I wrote are the 2 that have really reacted. And it's just showing me, I've kind of figured out that people really like sad from me and they really like sass from me. And both of those sentiments I do well because I can just attach myself so well to them. And with this song, I had to really decide if I was going to talk about this person or not. And it felt like such a big moment in my life of letting somebody go who wasn't a bad person, but it just wasn't all the way there. And fans have told me so many stories of how they relate, and that's just a really amazing thing to me because it's so universal. We all go through the same things, and it's just been really nice to be like, you know what? It's good to be vulnerable, and it's good to be honest.
But you're honest and vulnerable in front of millions of people.
It's different. It kind of comes with the job, I guess. It comes with just being kind of the vessel that lets people's emotions have an escape. I love it. I think it's a lot easier for me to do what I do when it's songs that I can attach my heart to. And I love that people are finding comfort in my lyrics.
I feel like you took some, great chances, but I feel like you took some chances on this album. Yeah?
In what way?
You didn't play it safe with some of the songs. You're country, but you took some chances with the rhythm, with the genre bending. You just kind of broke out of the mold of Carly Pearce a little bit, in a really good way.
I don't want anybody to be confused. You know, when you have Busby as a producer, it tends to just kind of, he's funky. And I wanted him to kind of take me a little that way. Call Me is a great example of one that's different. But I always wanted to make sure that we kept the banjo and the dobro and kept, you know, my voice keeps things country. But I didn't want to make just an album that sounded exactly like the first one. But I also don't want people to be confused that I want to be the female country artist of our genre. I have no desire to be anything other than a country artist. I don't want to collaborate outside of pop or into pop or anything like that. So I walk that line of making sure that people know that.
Busby. That's still hard.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine making music without him?
Not yet.
Okay. What would you say to him about this album?
I feel like we both felt like this album would be the one that really put my flag in the ground and hopefully took me to the next level. And we had so much fun making this one. I would just tell him, in the last 2 records and since the beginning of Every Little Thing, he helped me find my voice. He helped me find my artistry. He helped me get my dream. And I'm just forever grateful to that and really, really proud of what we did.
He really championed you. And his influence is going to continue in you long after. I mean, you can't not be influenced by him.
No, and what's great is no matter where I go next, I will keep a lot of things that he taught me. I will also keep the same team around me that worked in the studio alongside of us. It's important to me because I wouldn't have changed producers. He was my guy. So just making sure that I keep his legacy alive in different ways, in the ways that I can control.
Married life. So I got to talk to Michael somewhere during CMA Awards week, and he said it's the same as dating, only he's more settled.
I would agree.
Okay. Any surprises with married life?
I think just the fact that I continue every day this is the first person that I have chosen to love them in the way that they need to be loved and not in the way that I want to love somebody, if that makes sense. Just really getting to know each other on a deep level every day. Like, I get to know him. I learn little things about him every day, and that's fun to me. Like, this is the person that I now get to just continue to peel layers back and grow together with.
Is the absence harder when you guys are both on the road?
Yeah, it's harder. I think it's gotten harder. It's just hard.
Well, sure, because you're both in the same business.
Yeah, it's really hard. And, being both artists who are, at similar playing fields, we are gone a lot and we have to sacrifice that, and you have to find creative ways to balance it in some way. But I do feel like we want each other to go after our dreams, and we know that this is the time where we need to prioritize that as well. All while staying very communicative. He's very good at that, and I'm grateful for that.
Yeah. Old Dominion Tour. Speaking of being gone, Old Dominion Tour.
Yes.
Exciting.
I mean, I've toured with so many amazing people, but I'm really excited to be able to be touring with somebody or with a group that their fans are coming because they're song fans and they're fans of just like artistry. And it's just about the songwriting. And I love that. And I feel like this is the first tour that I'm like, this probably is like my echelon of fans.
And then more headlining dates from Carly also?
Yes, it's coming.
Maybe a Carly and Lee tour?
Maybe. If our song keeps doing well.
Carly Pearce coming out February 14th. For more information on Carly and all your other favorite artists, please visit popculture.com.